So welcome back to Outdoors with the Morgans. Before we get started, I wanted to go over a couple things because today's video is a little bit different than what you're used to seeing. I guess I should say the style of video is a little bit different. And the reason is this. Yesterday we were very busy. Levi was out in the woods by the mini cabin planting some white pine trees. Melissa was working on my Deckover trailer. I was at my buddy Chris's place checking out his new slab flattener. Wait till you see this thing, it's amazing. And so the video, I kind of jumped back and forth the way things were really happening yesterday. So let me know in the comments if you like this style of video, and we'll go from there. But anyway, I hope you enjoy the video. So welcome back to Outdoors with the Morgans. It is an absolutely beautiful morning here today in Pennsylvania. Got a big day planned, all kind of things going on. First trip though, we need to head down to the burn pit. This tree has seen better days. So yesterday morning, we left the house about 5:30 a.m. and we drove to State College, PA. It's about a 2.5-hour drive, maybe a little bit longer, because our son-in-law Tyler was graduating from Penn State. So we went to the graduation, and then we went to Hannah and Tyler's place for a few hours, had lunch, and we got home last night. But while we were out there, Hannah asked if I could dispose of their Christmas tree. I said, you know, it's May, right? And she said, yeah. Apparently, they live near Bellefonte, PA. They have a Christmas tree pickup, but they missed it or were unaware of that. So their tree had been sitting outside, and they've been trying to find a way to get rid of it. So she asked me to properly dispose of it, but it has definitely seen better days. Surprisingly, there's actually still a little bit of green on this side right here. But what's amazing, the whole tree, I'm not even sure it weighs 5 pounds now that it's properly dried. But anyway, we're on the road. We need to head out for a bit and pick up a few supplies. It is 6:45 a.m. I have a long list of things I'd like to accomplish this week. We'll see how much we get done, but the weather looks absolutely perfect for the entire week. They're not calling for any rain at all. One thing I'll have to do later today is probably cut some grass, because we had so much rain there the other day, and now the sun came out, warmer temperatures. It is growing like crazy. All right, just got back to the house. I picked up some chicken wire for the new chicken run. All right, one of the things I'd like to get accomplished today, I'd like to get this trailer deck pressure washed, and then maybe tomorrow, maybe even later on today if it dries, get this thing stained and sealed up. What happens is you buy these, and then that treated lumber on the deck, it's still pretty wet for the first few months, so you wait to stain it or seal it up, and then it never gets done. So I've only used this about 4 or 5 times so far, but I'm going to be using it quite a bit this summer. So I think that's what we'll do. We'll get this all pressure washed, cleaned up, park it over in the sun, and then by later on today we ought to be able to get it sealed up. Might even do something dark. I think it'll look kind of nice too. All right, I think we're in the clear.
I hope so. I've been tiptoeing.
So Melissa and I, we're going to try to go for a little hike each morning on these nice days. And she already took the dogs out for a walk this morning, so we kind of had to sneak out.
Right.
So they didn't see us.
Well, let's just say Archie, so Archie doesn't see us. The other two are tired.
But we're gonna end up like down in Maple Grove and then down by the road.
Right.
So we didn't want to bring them along.
Things are starting to fill in. Leaves on the bushes and trees.
So over there's a mini cabin. We're heading out this trail here. We're gonna end up down like on Maple Grove down there. Boy, it is getting green though.
Beautiful. Sounds about right.
This is that power line that runs through the property. That's Maple Grove, we call it. Last year, I tilled this all up, or I didn't till it. No, I just brush hogged it all up, and I planted some clover, and it started to come in, but we've got a real bad problem with that Japanese stilt grass. I think that's what it's called, and that's what's starting to come in here. If you don't do anything with this right here, in about a month, this will be about up to your waist.
Washing the trailer. We're going to pull it over and park it in the sun. The sun should dry it out, and then we'll be able to stain it.
All right, it's been a pretty busy morning so far, but I'm going to take a little break. I just got in the truck here, and we're going to run out and see my buddy Chris. If you remember, he's the one with the kiln. Well, he actually bought something else. Now, a lot of people like to saw big, wide slabs on their sawmill, and that's actually the easy part. The tough part is drying them and getting them flat, and Chris has a way to do both now. All right, we are out here at Martin Woodworking. Remember Chris? You've been in what, 3 or 4 videos now, something like that?
Yeah.
And we've got Jay here. Now this is pretty interesting here. I just came out here. Chris told me the other day he bought this big flattener here. I mean, that's what you call it, right?
Right.
A flattener
Machine.
And Jay, you're the one that builds these.
Right. Yep. So I designed everything from the ground up, and just build everything. I mean, I do everything from start to finish.
And you started designing what, like 4 or 5 years ago?
Yeah. In 2015 is where I really got started. You know, tinkering around, learning the CAD software and all that.
Yeah.
And then I've been working on this throughout the year. You know, I haven't been pushing it, but then I saw the need of, you know, this getting to be a pretty big thing.
Yeah, I mentioned on the way out, I said everyone likes sawing big slabs. That's the easy part. It's drying them and getting them flat is the tough part.
Right.
And there's a few other companies out there that make things, but that do the same thing. But what I noticed right off the bat was the size of the head on this. Well, how big a pass does it take?
Yeah, so this has a 12-inch helical head on it, which is completely different from anybody else out there. As far as I know, everybody uses the rotary style, like a router style.
So you basically have a planer mounted on those rails.
Exactly. Yep, and it also has a sanding drum on the same unit. So there's
so
there's no switching out components, you know, if you want to go from planing to sanding.
Okay. But that is, and it's all powder coat finish and everything as well?
Yep, all powder coated. And it is made with all steel. I don't think there's much of any plastic on this thing.
How big is this unit right here?
So this unit is the smallest one that we have. It does up to 50 inches wide, and it's the base length, which is, you can do what?
I think it's like 9 foot or just shy.
Yeah, like 9 foot.
Okay.
And then I offer a bigger unit that does up to 74 inches wide, And then each unit has the option of adding a 5-foot or a 10-foot table extension.
Okay. And these are made in Pennsylvania?
Yeah. Yep, Central Pennsylvania.
Central PA. Man, that is some machine, though. I'm telling you. Like I said, what does it weigh? Do you know? Have an idea?
I honestly didn't get the complete weight, but just the steel parts themselves are like 1,800 pounds, I believe.
And what motor's on that? That's some motor.
That's a 3-phase, 5-horsepower motor.
Okay.
And the reason we put a 3-phase on, so it gives you a couple different advantages. So, number one, you can have variable speed.
Okay.
So now you can, and for the cutter head, that's not as critical, but once you do sanding, you can dial that speed in exactly, you know, what works the best.
Yeah.
What performs the best for your sanding drum.
Man, that is something else. So we're going to get to see this thing work here today, aren't we?
Yep.
What do we have here?
Big box elder slab with epoxy that I want to get flattened, and crazy, I build these machines, but I don't even have one at my shop, so I had to bring this machine or this slab out here to get flattened.
They sell us. How many have you sold so far?
This would be the 4th one that I sold.
Okay.
And I do have 5 to build right now, so.
Well, you got 5 right now.
Yeah.
You're probably going to have more than that after this video.
I would hope so. I might have to start looking for some employees here directly.
Yeah, I tell you though, I love the initiative though. I love this is, you find a need and you made something that's really cool. I mean, this is nice. Yep. Well, let's get this slab on it and we'll see what it does.
All right, sounds good.
I'm down on my side.
Yep, we're good here.
That's box elder.
Yeah, flaming box elder, what they call it.
Here I am, staying in Mike's trailer again. I think this is the 2nd or maybe the 3rd trailer that I've stained of his. You know what that says? It says I'm pretty good at staining trailers. Yeah, this is a pretty stain. I like this. Mike and I both agreed on it. What's happening these days? We're agreeing on things. But I'm using the brush to just catch up with the runs. It's a little thin, so I want to catch it before it gets down to the black metal part. I have to go around this. You probably can't see that from the angle that you guys are at, but and then I just catch it like this.
So this adjusts the height. What's this for here?
That's how you engage or disengage the sanding drum.
Okay, sanding drum. That's some machine. So you just said this has a router attachment on the back?
Yeah. So basically what that does is you can put in a milling bit, almost like a joiner bit, and then you can straighten the edges, the ends of the tables.
Okay.
If you do a book match glue up,
yeah,
you can put the 2 slabs together just a little less than the width of the diameter of the bit. And you can run down the middle, and now you have that perfect matching edge.
Right, right.
Or you could even run like a V-groove bit if you want to cut V-grooves or whatever.
Yeah. All right, so this is how you control everything.
Right. That's the most advanced control system that we have. Joystick controlled. You know, you have the forward and reverse joystick right there, and then you have your cutter head left to right.
And you even have lasers on this.
Right.
So you can see.
So there's laser beams on the front, and it'll project 2 laser lines.
All right.
That marks the edge of the cutter head.
I mean, any tool with a laser on it is a cool thing just in itself, you know?
Exactly.
Now Chris is just securing the slab, although we don't really think it's going anywhere. It's so heavy, but just for some added precaution. These are neat little clamps. I like that.
I know.
That's actually from woodpeckers.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Toes a little bit.
Yeah, you'll be fine dropping it.
Just want to make sure I have my fingers.
Yeah.
All right, Levi here, heading out to the mini cabin. We got our dibble bar, we got some stakes, and we got 50 white pine, another 50 here at the house. All right guys, so I'm out here. We got about 50 white pine with me right now, and we're going to be planting these. The mini cabin's actually just behind me over here. So anyways, we're going to be planting these out here. There was a bunch of ash trees that had died, so there's a lot of good sun. This is south facing hill, and I'll show you these trees though. Okay, here's 50 of the 100 white pine that we ordered. We got these from Chief River Nursery. They are based in Wisconsin. Yeah, so there's 50 of these. These are 3-year seedlings. They are to be 8 to 12 inches, but they're definitely bigger than that. Some of these are pretty good sized. So, I mean, this one here is definitely over that. So, yeah, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be planting these. Really good for the wildlife, really nice cover. Birds, deer, everything loves white pine and kind of that sort of habitat. So we're going to plant these out here. South facing, gets a lot of sunlight. They grow fast. They're good trees to have. And yeah, so I'll show you what we got. One thing I'm using is this dibble bar. This is a Jim Gem dibble bar, and let me set the camera up to show you how this works. Here is one of the white pine trees, and whenever you're planting these, you want to pay close attention not to bury the root flare. It's kind of hard to tell here, but anyways, if you do that, what can happen is the tree isn't going to get the nutrients it needs. The roots can get root bound, they can girdle. A lot of bad things can happen if that root flare is exposed. I mean, if it's not exposed, if it's buried. So it's kind of hard to tell in this light, but maybe you can see here the different colors. There's kind of like 2 colors to the tree, and that's how that helps you to see the difference there and knowing where you want to have the soil at, because that's where it was at the nursery, right? So you want to plant it how they had it at the nursery, and you can tell here there's kind of 2 levels or 2 different shades, and that's what I'm going to, that's how high the soil is going to go, is right around here. All right, here's what we got. Here's one planted tree. Nice and straight. So it's pretty simple with a dibble bar. I'll show you what we're doing here. In these bare root trees. So keep in mind, dibble bar works best for a bare root tree. I don't think you'd be wanting to using this for something that wasn't bare root, because it's gonna, you're better off using a big shovel. All right, so I've got my spot, and so with the dibble bar, it's real simple. You just want to go straight into the ground. Okay, and then we're gonna just move forward and backward, and it creates this nice opening. And I'm going to take the tree here. Let me put the camera down. Well, maybe I can do this with one hand. Okay, so then we're going to get these roots in here. I like to kind of push it really far in, so it gets all of the roots down in there, and then pull it up, and that way those roots stay in the ground. Okay, and then you see how I have this tree laying at an angle here? That's what you want. Right now, you do that, and then we will come over to the other side. So you see this is in the ground. Come over to here. We're going to stick the dibble bar in around here, just a few inches from that opening. Go in, and then, and as I do that, the tree kind of stands itself up, and then I'm just going to use my shoes here, straighten the tree, make sure I get it, yeah. So that's it. I don't know how well you can see with the lighting, but yeah, so that's really what you do. That wasn't the best camera angles, and I apologize, but what we did is we made one slit, went forward and back, stick the tree in, and then make another opening like 5-6 inches in front of the tree and push that dirt this way. And then with your feet, just compact the soil in around the tree and you're good to go. And you can move on to the next one.
Filled up that whole bag. Was that bag empty?
It was barely used, like just like almost like if you would have swept your floor.
Yeah.
So essentially, it was that filled up real quick.
So you got a channel now too, don't you?
Yeah, yeah.
Martin Woodworks.
Yep. We just started. We started getting back into it. I tried a few years ago, and it just wasn't able to. Then I joined the military and really lost a lot of time to put into it. So just recently got back into it and
Yeah.
trying to show a little bit of day-to-day life out here.
That's good. You have to check Chris's channel out. Martin Woodworking. So what do you think here so far? You're what, one more pass maybe and you're ready to sand again?
Yeah, one more pass. We'll take about another close to an 1/8 inch off, and then we'll run the sander over it. And
That's an incredible machine. It really is. What made you want to start doing this?
well, like I said, I've been into woodworking. I've done woodworking for years. I mean, I grew up just tinkering it, with woodworking, and it's always just been a hobby for me. And then I wanted to get into doing this live edge slab and river table and that kind of thing, and just couldn't find anything online, anything efficient to flatten that stuff. And then that's what got me to thinking, maybe I should design my own.
Right. That is. Like I mentioned, I don't know if it was on camera or not, you did not skimp on anything. Everything is heavy duty and...
Yep. Well, that was my goal, from building the machine. I want to make sure it's built and it's built.
You do all the welding on it?
I do all the welding, yes. I have a local fabrication company that does they do all the parts for me as far as the bending, the laser cutting and stuff like that.
And you designed all the parts, everything?
Yeah, yep. I designed every individual part. And then signed the files.
Not bad for a Pennsylvania farm kid.
That's right. That's right.
That's what you grew up doing, farming, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yep, that's what I grew up doing. And
that's pretty impressive, though. That really is. I think you're going to be busier than you think with these.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing how it's taken off, in just this past year, really.
Yeah.
If you count in the machines I have to build now, I'm up to like 8 or 9 now already in a year's time. So, without having any kind of online presence, that's pretty exciting. Everybody loves the design with that helical head in there.
Right. Yeah. That is awesome. I love stories like this. I do. That's why I like doing videos like this. You know what I mean? Because there's so many guys out there that they have a need and they figure it out. I can't imagine how many hours you have in designing this.
I really wish I would have kept track of the hours. I really did.
A lot of late nights.
Yeah, a lot of late nights. I'd go work my day job, and then come home and be sitting on that computer for hours.
And you had to learn CAD and everything before you could even start designing.
And that was a job in itself.
Yeah.
Just trying to figure out how to use the software.
Yeah, and take what's in your head and get it into something where, pretty nice. All right, we're ready to sand, right? I can see just watching you guys how handy that laser comes in.
Yeah, especially for this control system. The more manual operated has a hand wheel for your left to right movement for the cutter head. So it moves 1 inch per rotation, so you can just count the rotations with the hand wheel. Now this, with your joystick, there's really no way of knowing how far you actually move.
Yeah.
So that's the purpose of the laser lines.
Right. Were you going to say something, Chris?
No, are we taking one more pass?
One more, yeah.
Okay, and then we're going to sand. Okay.
Yep.
Okay. Pretty cool. So you said earlier, Jay, this is a 3-phase motor on here, right?
Right, yep.
But you're considering maybe switching to 220?
Yeah, so, in order to get the 3-phase motor with the 5 horsepower, it takes a massive VFD. And right now, you know, guys are getting a phase converter, which is about the same price as a VFD, you know, for that size of motor. So, but I've been considering, you know, just switching to a bigger VFD, having a bigger control box,
Right.
to hold that VFD. You know, then guys don't have to worry about getting a phase converter. They can just plug it into 220.
And you could put that all right in the, just make the control box a little bigger.
Right. Yep.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you what, I am very, very impressed. I am. That's a heck of a machine right there. I'll put a link. You got a website and everything, right?
Yes, I do. www.joinawood.com.
Okay. I'll put that in the description. If anyone's interested in these, you can reach out. And you're going to be busy, I think. I mean, you got a great product. You do.
Yeah,
that is. Chris, you happy with it so far?
Thrilled, absolutely. It's so much fun to run, and it's really nice too. Like the younger generation, I mean, grew up playing video games. You can run this machine. You know what I mean? It's joystick driven, and it's a lot of fun.
Yeah. Pretty cool, man. Well, thanks for the little demonstration. I appreciate it, man.
Yeah,
it was nice meeting you as well.
It was nice meeting you. Yep.
All right, Chris. I'll be seeing you around.
Definitely.
All right, thanks.
Thanks.
I think I explained to you down there. I'm rolling it on, and then I'm using the brush to like pull any puddles or any, you know, any extra, so it doesn't lay that way. I want to spread it out and just press a little firmly, and it goes right in. It's a beautiful color, and I'm just doing 2 boards at a time. That's what my trainer said to do. Who knows where he's at? See how the board, some of the boards lay a little lower than the next one, so you kind of almost have to turn your roller sideways.
All right, so I just got back to the house here, and
Are you surprised?
I'm very surprised. Check this out.
Beautiful.
Melissa did a bang-up job on the trailer here.
But it's a beautiful color. It's not just me.
Yeah. Now it is this the first coat?
Yes.
Looks really good. This was actually kind of a test because one, I wanted to put something on the trailer, some type of stain. I wasn't, you know, I didn't really care too much, but I wanted to try this out. This is the Cabot Gold. I don't know.
I like it.
I like it too. We'll see what it looks like after the second coat, and we will see how it holds up. But this is actually a good test for stain because these trailers, they just, I mean, obviously they'll get a bunch of use, but it just sits in the sun and bakes. And this is supposed to have pretty good UV protectant, so we'll see what it looks like.
Good idea.
We'll put a second coat on it. I don't know if we'll get it this evening or not. I don't know if it'll dry enough to get it tonight, but tomorrow, put a second coat on it. Then once it dries, we'll give you another look. See you, Eva. Nice job, Melissa. Looks great.
Thanks. I'm getting better.
But anyway, I think that's it for today's video. Like I said earlier, I'll put a link in the description for Jay's website. I'll tell you what, he's a smart guy. He really is, to design that machine, and I think he's really onto something. I do. But don't forget to check out his website, and I think that's about it. Anything else you want to add, Melissa?
You can go to our website and get some shirts.
Get some shirts or some hats in the near future. Hats in the near future, right?
Yeah, I thought we could just wear the hats in this video and see what people
See if
they've noticed.
They're not on the website yet, but they will be very soon.
Yeah. And you'll probably have to get them fast. like the hoodies. They go fast. Thanks for watching. We'll catch you on the next one.